Hey, active listeners. Did you know for just $1 a month you can get ad-free and early release episodes of Active Shooter the podcast? Just head on over to www.patreon.com/active the podcast and pledge $1 a month and receive a shout out on the show, early release episodes, and ad-free episodes. Now, on to today's case.
Welcome to Active Shooter, the podcast.
After decades now of mass shootings, we haven't found the answer.
A tribute to the victims of two mass shootings.
Thank you for listening to Active Shooter, the podcast.
You are listening to Active Shooter, a podcast that may contain adult themes, explicit language, and graphic depictions of violence. Portions of this show may be traumatic for those under 18. Listener discretion is advised.
Police say the shooter was 40-year-old caught on surveillance cameras with what looks like a gun near his waist. They say his rampage began around 11 a.m. when he walked into this Seattle cafe in the middle of a neighborhood and opened fire, killing 4 people inside and wounding the chef. He then ran out on foot.
At 11:01 a.m., a 911 call came through dispatch in Seattle, Washington, from a man who reported that there was a shooting at the Cafe Racer coffee shop and that police were needed.
What are you reporting?
I'm at Roosevelt and 59th, the Cafe Racer. There's been a shooting. Somebody came in and shot a bunch of people. I'm hiding in the bathroom.
Hold on, sir. How many people?
We need help right away.
Okay, just a second. Did you see the person that did it?
No, I did not. I was in the back.
Okay.
So they didn't get me.
And, sir, I need to know what's the name of the place?
It's called the Cafe Racer.
I'm sorry, radio. You talked Cafe what?
Cafe Racer.
Cafe Racer. He's saying there's a shooting had just occurred in there. Sir, and several people were shot. Sir?
That's correct.
Do we have an address?
It's Roosevelt and Northeast 59th. It's all we've gotten.
Cafe Racer?
Yeah.
Northeast 50th, you said?
It's 59 and Roosevelt.
59.
Yeah.
Yes, there's people down all over the place out there.
Okay. And you didn't see the shooter, sir, or you did?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I just heard the shots.
You just heard the shots?
I can see people laying on the floor.
Okay. Just a minute. I need you to stay on the phone with me, please.
Okay, I'm here.
How many minutes ago did you hear the shots?
2-3 minutes, tops.
Did he actually see the people down?
He sees the people down. You're not in the place, correct?
I want to go out and talk. Yes.
Okay.
People are shot.
Okay. All right, just a minute.
The guy is gone, so I'm going to go back out there.
What do you mean the guy is gone? How do you know if you didn't?
Everybody.
Huh?
Look. People are bleeding all over the...
Sir, I'm not the one driving out there, so please answer my questions. This is serious, okay? How do you know he's gone if you didn't see him?
Because I'm out. Larry, the shooter's gone, right?
Yeah, the shooter's gone. Where's Brad?
Did he see him, please? Anybody see the guy?
Black shirt, 6 feet tall.
White guy, black guy, what is he?
White man.
White guy, how old maybe?
How old, Larry? 40s.
40s? Anybody know where he went?
Did you see which way? North, south? We need a damn ambulance right away.
Sir, we're sending everything we can. Just, I need this information for the officers to find this guy, please. Okay?
Okay.
Which way did this guy go? Did your friend see? Nobody knows? Does anybody know what kind of pants he had on?
I think dark clothes, dark pants.
Dark pants? It's a white shirt now or black shirt?
Larry, they want the description of this guy.
I talk to Larry?
I'm not trying. Talk to this woman. Tell us he wants a description of the guy. Hello.
Hi, I need a better description. White guy, 40, 6 foot. What color shirt?
We have people alive, barely alive here. Do you have people coming?
Yes, sir. We had a lot of people coming.
Another call came through at 11:32 a.m.
What's your emergency?
The caller reported that a man shot a lady as she was getting into her vehicle in a parking lot located on the 1100th block of 8th Avenue. After the man jumped into the woman's black SUV, he drove out of the parking lot, running her over while doing so. The incident at 11:01 a.m. and the incident at 11:32 a.m. were initially treated as two different accidents. It didn't take officers long to figure out that these weren't two isolated incidents, but rather, they were very much related. In today's episode, we will take a deeper look into the shooting that took place on May 30th, 2012 at the Cafe Racer coffee shop in Seattle, Washington. If you've listened to our prior episodes, you know that the Active Shooter podcast team has taken the No Notoriety pledge, and we will not be sharing the real name of the shooters that we cover. We will be giving the shooters a pseudonym and refer to them by that name throughout the episode. This will help in clearing up any confusion in the story, while remaining true to our pledge in not naming the shooter by their actual name. In today's episode, we will be referring to the shooter as Henry. On May 30th, 2012, Henry walked into the Cafe Racer coffee shop and sat down at the bar and ordered a coffee, something he had done hundreds, if not thousands of times. However, this time was different. The barista working behind the counter, Leonard Muse, refused him service because Henry was banned from the coffee shop the previous week for acting belligerent. Leonard didn't want any trouble, though, and offered to buy Henry's coffee for him, but he would have to take the coffee and go and leave the shop. As soon as Leonard turned his back to make Henry's coffee, Henry pulled out a .45 caliber semi-automatic pistol and fired at Leonard, hitting him in the back. The bullet pierced one of his lungs and grazed his liver as well as his kidney. Leonard, who was also the chef at the cafe, immediately collapsed to the ground.
Yeah, so the morning of May 30th, that fine young gentleman walked in who had been 86th. He just asked if he could get a coffee to go, and I started making that, and before I got even halfway done with that, I got hit by lightning. I don't remember ever hearing gunshots, but I do remember feeling one of the bullets squirreling its way across my abdomen. After the first bullet, I called 911 on the floor of the bar. It wasn't easy to enunciate when there's a hole in your head and your tongue's blown in half and you're spitting teeth out. It was hard not to come back to the cafe. One of the reasons why I chose to stick it out there is because it's the fastest road to my recovery emotionally by facing it every day. Physically, I'm sure I'll be having more doctor visits and such for years to come. So, I'm not sure I could offer anyone else advice, but I don't know. I just forced myself to face everything. And yeah, I cried a lot. Big, strong biker. Community is a huge part of healing. Knowing that so many people are there for you is mind-boggling.
He then stood up, and Henry fired another shot at a man who was leaving the cafe, and his body fell to the floor the instant he was hit. A man sitting next to Henry, named Lawrence Adams, immediately started throwing the bar stools at Henry to try and distract him while others got away. You see, Lawrence's brother, Stephen, died in the World Trade Center on September 11th, and since the death of his brother, Lawrence promised to never hide under a table if ever put in a situation like this. Because Lawrence kept true to his promise, he saved the lives of 2 or 3 people who had time to escape while he distracted Henry. Unfortunately, this didn't completely stop Henry from shooting. There were 3 people that were cornered in the cafe that Henry shot one by one. He then walked over to Leonard behind the bar and shot him again, this time in the head. The second blast Leonard sustained shattered his jaw, broke several teeth, and shattered his tongue, which ended up having to be sewn back together. Leonard, a 46-year-old military veteran, was later taken to Harborview Medical Center, where he had to stay for about 2 weeks. As Henry went to leave the cafe, he stepped over the body of Donald Largan, who was the man that he shot as Donald was leaving the cafe. Henry put Donald's hat on his own head and exited the shop. As police started to show up, they realized that the shooter had indeed left the cafe and was nowhere to be seen. This initiated a city-wide search. At least 200 officers were searching for the shooter, including officers from the Seattle Police Department, Kings County Sheriff's Department, State of Washington Patrol, and the University of Washington Police. At first, the police didn't know anything about the person they were looking for. Police started looking through the surveillance footage from Cafe Racer and were able to get a photo of the man who just killed 4 innocent people. Detective Rolf Norton searched the booking records from the King County Jail and matched the photo to a man who was previously booked into the jail at an unknown time. They now had the name of the man they were looking for. About a half hour after the first 911 call came in, a second call came through dispatch. The caller reported that there was another shooting. This time it was at a parking lot located on the 1100th block of 8th Avenue. A couple saw a man and a woman arguing. Seemingly, out of nowhere, the man pulled out a handgun and pointed it at the woman, who was able to knock the gun away from the man, but he was able to pick it up and fired a shot.
I'm calling 911.
911, what are you reporting?
Man with gun assaulting woman on 8. Oh my God, he just shot her.
Okay,
oh my God, he just shot her.
Okay, are you at 1119 8th Avenue?
Yes. He's in the parking lot. He's stealing a Mercedes, a black Mercedes. He's getting in the car. He's just shot her. The woman's
Okay,
down.
what does he look like? Is he white?
Yeah, white.
Radio man, hold on, what, ma'am? Radio man just shot a female, 1119 8th Avenue. He's getting into a Mercedes.
Black Mercedes.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna bring the medics on the line with us, okay? Hang on for me.
Shot?
Yes, a woman is shot.
Yep, she's down.
Okay, stay on the line with me.
The shooting out of 1119.
Okay, stay on the line with me.
Getting into
He's backing. Oh my God.
Fire, we're responding to 1119 8th Avenue. A man shot a woman.
He just ran over her.
Okay, stay on the line with me.
You're all broken up. I've got 1119 8th Avenue.
Correct.
In the parking lot behind. Yeah.
In the parking lot?
Yeah, and the guy just took off in the car.
What direction did he leave, ma'am?
What direction did the car leave? He took off on Seneca.
East or west?
Did he go towards I-5? Which direction?
Radio?
Fire.
He took off on...
So did he have a car hit a pedestrian?
Sir, we had a female shot, and then that person ran the female over with a vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a shooting.
Yes, correct.
The man was Henry, and the woman was 52-year-old Gloria Leonidas. After Gloria was shot, she fell to the ground. Henry got into her black SUV, which Gloria was just getting into when she was attacked. He proceeded to run Gloria over and fled the parking lot. 2 bystanders witnessed what had just taken place and raced over to Gloria to see what they could do. The woman started CPR on Gloria but knew that she was past help, and there was simply nothing they could do. She was gone. The woman was adamant that she wasn't going to let Gloria die alone, and stuck by her side until help arrived. Once the police and paramedics arrived, the shooter again was nowhere in sight. He simply